Hi everyone, my name is Rachel Newman and I am doing Module 8 over tangible and intangible rewards. My goal for this presentation is to give you some ideas about what the differences are and some really great resources that you can look at, as well as ideas of things that you can implement in your own classroom. So first, let's talk about what tangible rewards are. So tangible rewards are concrete symbols or tokens for appropriate behavior. At the bottom of the slide, you can see some examples that I gave you. So these are really those hands-on items that you will give students as a reward for appropriate behavior in the classroom. Things like stickers, bookmarks, things like that are all great examples. Tangible rewards are also considered to be healthy motivators. It's okay to include these in your classroom. You should know that they are not considered bribes and they're not forms of coercion. Make sure that you understand that and that your students understand that as well. Tangible rewards are also often considered or associated with extrinsic motivation. Because you are giving them something, it is more associated with extrinsic motivation because they want to receive an award for their behavior. Intangible rewards, these are different from tangible rewards because this is more of special recognition, privileges, or experiences. It's not so much smaller items that they can receive, but they get to do something in exchange for behaving appropriately in the classroom. But just like everything, just like tangible rewards, they are considered healthy motivators, not bribes, etc. Also, intangible rewards could be associated with extrinsic or intrinsic motivation. Our goal is that students start wanting to or motivated from within. They want to get praise for their behavior. So, but it can be associated with extrinsic or intrinsic. Okay, as a teacher, incorporating tangible and intangible rewards into the classroom, you need to continue to monitor behavior. If we're awarding or rewarding students for their behavior, you need to monitor that. And with that, you need to make sure the reward system is fair and consistent for all students. If you reward a student for their behavior, for doing something well, and another student does the same thing, but you don't reward that student, that's not fair. So you need to make sure that you're consistent and stay to that throughout the semester or school year. For students, you need to make sure that they know the expectations and remind them when it's appropriate. Make sure that it's an ongoing system. So make sure you work with your students, their understanding of what your expectations are. Tangible rewards, elementary examples. So I list a few here. The first one is points. Underneath you'll see a short blurb about what it is, but for points, the overall idea is that students can earn points for behaving well. Then something as simple as the top 3 students receive a treat at the end of the week. Hopefully that means each week your students are going to try to be within that top 3 so they can receive the treat or whatever your tangible reward is. The next example would be the light chart. I know a lot of teachers that implement this. I know one of my teachers did when I was in elementary school. So something along this line or something similar would still be considered a light chart. So for example, you would have cards, and if it's on a green card, the student's following the rules. If you make them change their card to yellow, that would be a warning. Red might be loss of recess, and then blue would be loss of recess and a note home. If a student maintains green the entire week, they receive a sticker, and then maybe after 5 weeks, if they get a sticker each week and they have 5, then they can get a treat from the treasure box. Or if maybe they got like a yellow or red throughout that time, they'll have to wait until they get 5 stickers to get a treat from that treasure box. I think this is really great because it also, if it's blue, you're making that parent contact when you need to. Here's an example similar to that light chart. So how am I doing today? I really like that this teacher has the expectations on there and shows the students the different layout, especially at the beginning of the year, because if students are getting back into a new routine with a different teacher that uses maybe a different reward system, I think that this is a really good layout and it's where all the students can see it. Okay, intangible rewards. So the first one is Friday Fun Club. Our textbook talks about students who display appropriate behavior throughout the week can earn a membership to Friday Fun Club the last hour of the day on Friday. During that time, students get to play a fun educational game. So this would be intangible because they're not receiving something hands-on. It's not really something that they take home with them, but they're getting that experience that other students might not get because they didn't earn the membership to attend Friday Fun Club. And then the second example of intangible rewards I decided to include is class posters. So this would be posters displayed at the front of the room that list class teams and team activities that promote learning goals. The goal is for the students to be able to mark off these goals when they achieve them. So for example, the textbook had a really great example where it had like a football quote and it had a poster of like a football field and the students were on different teams and you had those different specific learning goals throughout the week. And the students' teams wanted to cross the football field. So they had like a football or a football player that like moved along the goals for the week. And so it's just a good visual for students to have so they can see the progress they're making throughout the week. Okay, tangible rewards for secondary examples. So some of these can be certified as tangible or intangible. I kind of saw contradicting things on different websites. But as we move towards the secondary level, more so than not, teachers are incorporating intangible rewards into their classroom. But one good tangible reward for secondary teachers would be certificates. So this is used for behavior or academic achievement. This could be a teacher-specific reward, or it might be school-wide or district-wide. Things such as like National Honor Society. Students will earn a certificate for that. Another one that could be tangible or intangible, depending on how you choose to implement it, would be verbal praise and critique. I do a lot of this with my students in my classroom, just verbal praise and critique on how they're behaving in my classroom, correcting them on the classroom rules if they're not following them, things like that. But one way that it might be tangible in the secondary classroom is if students can track on-task or off-task behavior, and then the student or the teacher reviews those points that the student made throughout the week, and then the teacher can reward the positive behavior by awarding them homework-free weekends or applying consequences if the student recorded that they were behaving negatively throughout the week. And then last, reward field trips. This could be considered tangible or intangible, but if the students achieve a goal, then the teacher or the school might reward that class or grade level with a field trip. This is the example that I chose to include. This is something that we use at the high school that I teach at. So the Rater Positive Referral Form, teachers can refer our students to the office for different things that they might be doing throughout the week. So you see things such as attitude, compassion, and then you can write what you caught the student doing, and then the principal will call our students in and give them a tangible reward for behaving well throughout the week and being caught for being awesome. I also included some resources here for you. Pinterest is a great resource, so there's links to tangible and intangible rewards for you, and another website just to give you some more ideas of different systems that you can incorporate into your own classroom. Here's my references. The textbook also is a great resource for you. All those examples are what I included in the slides that we went through. Thank you for listening to my module, and I hope that I gave you some great tips of things that you can incorporate into your own classroom.